Hello, I'm going to share my Tableau Makeover Monday Week 35 submission on Paris Olympics medal tally. What you see here is the first iteration of the dashboard that I built, and I received feedback that it was hard to understand with the medals over here organized bronze, gold, and silver, and on the bar chart they were silver, gold, and bronze. So I built a second version, and my medal colors they are aligned on the bar chart as well as over here. Before we get into the nitty gritties of it, I'm Ojo. I'm a data fan since 2013. Let's quickly go over the data set. We have country, and then we have the count of medals by each country. When I sorted, I found that there were a few countries that had count of medals less than 10. What I did is I took them and I manually grouped them together. 10 medals. This group now has all the countries that individually received less than 10 medals. This country group I added into the hierarchy here so that when I visualize it using the country group, I can expand it to show those countries that have received less than 10 medals in total. If I were to now recreate this, I will drag my country group. I will drag the count of medals to the columns, sort them descending, bring in the medal type into color. My idea was to give the users additional information as they hovered over each of these sections. I have a Viz in the tooltip. To get that, I first created a sheet, medals by gender. If I want to recreate this sheet, let me show you how. Gender on the columns. I found that there are four genders, male, female, and mixed. So I, very similar to the country group, I grouped together any and mixed gender and gave it a name as any, and I left the male and female in there. Now, if I replace that gender column by the newly created gender group, I get three groups of gender. I want to put the sport in the rows, and then I want to give the medal count on the columns. To make it a dual axis chart, I right click, copy the count of medals. In the second marks, I change the mark type to circle, and then I make it a dual axis and then synchronize my axis. Go back to the second marks type, make sure that it looks like a bar, resize it, make it thin. I also want to throw the color of my gender group into the color marks, and then I sort it. Hide the marks from the bar chart so that there is no duplication, and then I also hide the header. Field label for columns goes hidden. Now that this sheet is ready, it is as easy as go back to my stack bar charts, tooltip, and include, using this insert option, my newly created sheet. Once that is done, as I hover over it, you can see my Viz-in-tooltip, our KPIs. Let's grab the medal type, put it into color, change it to a circle, medal type to the columns. The text is not centered. It requires some alignment, center, vertical and horizontal. And then I don't need to show the header. Some formatting and cleaning up is required. Lines, I do not want to show the row divider. And now I also want to make this bigger, maybe 18, bold. The sheet is ready. For the running sum, this is the warm by country. Date of medal as a continuous field. I threw in the medal count to the rows. This shows the sum of all medals over time. I had to break it down by the group of countries. It's not quite there. The trick is in using a table calculation. I'm saying quick table calculation running total. Now I want to drag the country to the labels and the count of medals to the label. Order it properly. I want the count first. So I want the countries really small and the count a little bigger. Quite satisfied. Now that all the components have been built, I want to stitch it into a dashboard. I want to skip this section in the interest of time. My KPIs over the image of medal. This could be my driver. When I click any of the medal types, it would just filter down to the tally of those medals by country. And my warm, my running sum of medals by country chart on the right, this one gets filtered by the medal count as well. To achieve that, my source sheet upon select actions on the medals by country and the running sum of medals. My other action is as I hover over each of these countries, my warm just highlights and shows those countries. It's the highlight action. I've given it a name, highlight country. My source sheet is the medals by country, the stacked bar chart. The action is hover, and it's going to action on the warm, the running sum of medals, only on the country. And that's all that is to this dashboard. Hope you have fun interacting with it. Let me know what you loved most.